Hey everybody. Now, welcome to the vocabulary lesson. This is the 92 vocabulary lesson. And now we're going to be talking about standard and procedure. Standard. Standard means a level of quality or attainment. Their restaurant offers a high standard of service, quality, level, grade, degree, an idea or thing used as a measure, norm, or model in comparative evaluations. The wages are low by today's standards, used or accepted as normal or average. The standard rate of income tax, similar, routine, of a tree or shrub growing on an erect stem of full height. Standard trees are useful for situations where immediate height is needed. Standard means typical average. His standard mean of weight is 200 pounds. Standard means normal. The class was standard. Standard means regular. Standard means regular. Standard means regular. My clothing is standard. Standard means regular. My clothing is standard. Standard means it's a limit that imposed. 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 One last time. Standard means it's a limit that imposed. I have standards. Standard means a level of quality. 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 One last time. Standard means a level of quality. Their store offers the high standards of quality. Standard chartered. Standard meets to meet threshold. THRESHOLD. Never heard of that one before. Does she meet standard criteria? He has to undergo a simple procedure. High standard. High standard means extremely good and very well. The performers were high standard in their performance. High standard means of great or superior quality. My expectations for you are of high standard. Can we live up to our own expectations? Not of a high standard. The quality of being outstanding or extremely good. Brandon is high standard at art and his rap channel. High standard means of exceptional quality. The papers here are of a consistently high standard. Well, it does work. In fact, it is prepared to a very high standard. All the essays are of a consistently high standard, providing a lucid survey of the key debates with each particular field. Having a high standard means that you won't settle for what you perceive to be less than excellent. High standard. If you want to achieve the most and be the best possible product, you too need to have standards. With people, it is the psychology of standards that separates the best people from the ordinary. For people with high standards, they believe that everything matters and that nothing is small stuff. Not Gage's standards. Did you see Gage? He doesn't have high standards. Yeah, I know, right? A standard procedure is a task that's done typically in a line of work on a routine basis. A person who demands an extremely specific person to be their lover. It is usually very hard for someone with high standards to meet a compatible person. But if all standards are met, she is a keeper. I hate my love life. What's wrong, Bob? This girl I met is a Christian, gamer, speak 15 languages, and is a black belt in karate. But she isn't a virgin. SMH. Don't know what that stands for. She doesn't meet my standards, so I'm going to have to let her go. Well, that's what happens when you have high standards. The papers here are of a consistently high standard. Well, it does work. In fact, it is prepared to a very high standard. The book is well produced and copy edited to an unusually high standard. The individual essays are of a uniformly high standard. Each disc forms a well-constructed program sung to the familiar high standard of this group. But that is not to say that their contributions are of a uniformly high standard. Cottage accommodation, whilst being limited, was usually of a high standard. High standard means regular or most accepted. Standard means regular or most accepted. Standard means regular or most accepted. One last time. Standard means regular or most accepted. Definition of standard means it's something established by the rule. Standard means it can be good or the best. Best known example. High standard means the best of all time. The best of all times. High standard means 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 the best of all times. One last time. High standard means the best of all times. The next word, which is procedure. Procedure means an established or official way of doing something. The police are now reviewing procedures. Similar, course of action, line of action, plan, a series of actions conducted in a certain order or manner. The standard procedure for informing new employees about conditions of work. A surgical operation. The procedure is carried out under general anesthesia. The procedure is established in the way of doing something. The procedure is established in the way of doing something. The procedure is established in the way of doing something. The procedure is established in the way of doing something. One last time. The procedure is established in the way of doing something. The police are now reviewing procedures. The procedure is carried out under general anesthesia. Procedure means to do a task in an orderly fashion or step-by-step basis. Procedure means a set of instructions to do something. There is a procedure that must be followed. Procedure means getting surgery or getting something done. The lady had a procedure done at the hospital. Procedure means It's a process. There are many procedures. Procedure means officially way of doing something. The procedure went well, what doctor said. Procedure means a task. The doctor was performing a medical procedure. It was a very hard procedure. Heart surgery is a hard procedure. Heart surgery is a hard procedure. As part of our safety procedures, restrooms are temporarily closed. We apologize for any inconvenience from Menchie's Yogurt Place. You're not following the procedures, meaning the rules. You're not following the rules. Procedure means to undergo a treatment. Procedure means it's the way of doing something. The procedure means it's the rules of doing something. The way of doing something, procedure is the way you do the job. The cops are doing their standard procedures, which means they're doing their job. A particular way of accomplishing something or of acting a step in a procedure, a series of steps followed in a regular definite order. Legal procedure, a surgical procedure, a set of instructions for a computer that has a name by which it can be called into action, a traditional or established way of doing things. Installing a car battery is a simple procedure. What is the procedure for applying for a loan? An action or series of actions for doing or accomplishing something. What is the procedure for school enrollment? School enrollment. A particular way of accomplishing something or of acting. A step in a procedure, especially a series of steps followed in a regular definite order. A surgical procedure, a therapeutic procedure, one or more methods or steps for the enforcement or administration of rights, duties, justice, or laws, civil procedure, police procedure, a particular and especially established way of doing something, a medical procedure, security procedures, an act or a manner of proceeding in any action or process conduct, a set of actions that is the official or accepted way of doing something. The company has new procedures for dealing with complaints. You must follow correct procedure at all times. A complex procedure, a painless medical procedure. Don't worry. I'll go through the procedure with you step by step. There are established procedures for dealing with emergencies. Investigators urge that safety procedures at the site should be improved. A medical operation is a routine, standard surgical procedure, an order or method of doing something. A standard procedure for those at the top of the list to be called first, as in even if the team has to repeat the procedure 3 or 4 times, you will get your eggs. The procedure is known as a fetal aortic valvuloplasty. Never heard of that before. VALVULOPLASTY. This is a standard procedure for informing new employees about conditions of work. This is not proper procedure. You must follow correct procedure at all times. Alright, folks, that's it. The lesson is over. Hope you guys enjoy the lesson.